What's going on there, guys? Back with another one. Got to talk about this as Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes has responded to some comments made by Jason Whitlock on this podcast in the last week and a half or so, where he was going at uh, specifically Matt Barnes because of his criticism of Stephen A. Smith. You know, he was going off on Stephen A. Smith, and we know Stephen Jackson has said why he don't mess with Stephen A. Smith, but Matt Barnes had been rocking with him, had come on his show and everything, but didn't like what he was saying about Jasmine Crockett and some of the things that he was doing and saying about LeBron James as it pertains to what he said about Memphis in the hotel rooms. Now, it wasn't just LeBron saying that. A lot of NBA players have said that same thing, but you know, Matt Barnes jumped out in front of it, got on Stephen A. Smith, who took that time to say, LeBron was going at black people because he was on a golf course with a bunch of white people, and that's kind of how he was framing it. But um, man, we're gonna get into these clips. Let's check it out.
Matt Barnes, rename your podcast All the Woke. That's all you're doing. It's not about smoke, it's about woke. This little fake feud between Matt Barnes and Stephen A. Smith. It's a work. This is WWE. This is a woke mirage where they're trying to build up Stephen A. Smith's reputation as a tough guy.
We've got a badass over here.
And so Stephen A. Smith responds to Matt Barnes criticizing him about his comments over Memphis and LeBron James.
You understand the bullshit you're talking and what that can do to the black community? We all used to have a lot of love for you, bro, particularly me, because you looked out. But we're not going to forget the bullshit you on right now.
And Stephen A. puts together a tough talking video. I ain't scared of none of y'all. I'll come on your show. And he does it in his dramatic General Hospital voice.
Respectfully, you got me up. Ain't nobody hiding. Y'all must be out y'all damn mind. Thinking that I'm gonna sit idly by and let you talk about me like that when I know who the hell I am and what I stand for.
This is a gimmick.
You guys tomorrow on this podcast.
Man, listen, bro. I'm glad you said that.
Me too.
Jason Whitlock, you fat hot dog,
Hot
salami,
pastrami,
cold cut smelling,
below
sausage breath,
honey
gelatin
bun,
ass,
sweating
fingers,
yoo-hoo,
marks in your white drawers,
boar skin on your face,
bacon,
dry ass
bacon
skin.
grease, drinking like shots.
Look like Akeem slapped you on that dry face with his hands. You say because Akeem be rubbing his hands on the ground? Jason Whitlock.
Jason Whitlock, if you ever talk about my man again, I'm gonna personally take you to Detroit and beat the out of you like Stephen beat the fan.
Nah, we gonna personally take you to a gym and make you suffer in there and watch everybody be in shape while you look like Willie the Walrus.
Whitlock looks like he would smell like a devil.
Fuck Jason Whitlock. That nigga steady going downhill, bro.
Powdered meat.
Potted meat. Yeah, that
Make a lighter?
that was dangerous. I ain't never knew nothing about that.
Wow, damn.
Nah, I wasn't rich, but
What's that?
yeah, nah, see, that ain't nothing but smashed Vienna sausage spread. That's all that was. Vienna sausage smashed in the pan, and you just spread it over your bread. That's what y'all
We
had.
got Spam. We didn't have that. Hamburger helpless. Hey, whoever can come up with the best name,
Hubba Bubba. That's that
Whitlock
nigga name.
right now, we got something for you.
That nigga named Hubba Bubba.
I call him Chitlins Coon.
Man, Who got the best name for Shitlock?
That nigga that wake up every day and just be mad at himself.
He mad because we get to do this and get paid for it.
Yeah, we took over your space while we smoking weed. That's
And
crazy.
better than you.
Yeah. We doing what you been doing your whole life. We smoking weed
We
past
passed you a long time ago,
Yeah,
bro.
you got it. I would be mad too.
Eat a baby's.
Yeah, I would be mad too. Jason Whitlock. I would be mad too. I would have really would be mad too if I
You
was.
guys I gotta ask, you guys all got love for Kendrick Perkins?
That's my brother. That's
All
I
right.
read same high
my
school.
guy.
I like him. I just when he do
That's my
interviews,
brother,
it's funny to
man.
me.
That's my brother.
His tongue feel like it's bigger than his mouth.
Yeah, Perk don't get.
Miley, I will say Stevie J. Smith and Mike and Miley.
Yeah, Perk don't get.
My brother, I love my brother Perk. That's my brother.
Perk try to stay professional. They don't know Perk. Perk
Yeah,
trying to stay.
yo,
He trying
what?
to stay professional and get that money, but don't make him. Don't
up,
bring him
guys.
back to Big Money, Texas, where he from.
My brother right there.
So I remember Steven Jackson being on Jason Whitlock's show on Fox many years ago. I remember him being on that when he was getting into sports media and things like that. And it's just funny to see where it has gone to this point. And Jason Whitlock, a lot of his content is to call people out, for their views if it's not in alignment with his views, and a lot of people do that to him as well. I know in the podcast space, a lot of times you have to talk about interesting topics, and a lot of times, for whatever reason, in the black podcast space, that's typically podcasts beefing with each other, or people saying, not even, I ain't even gonna say the podcast, but a lot of times it's derogatory things said towards an individual, and it's made a personal thing. And so now you have the back and forth going, and that's the content. But honestly, I think they have two totally different demographics. The things Jason Whitlock was saying about Matt Barnes, yeah, Matt Barnes, you can't control Stephen A. Smith's politics. You can't make him think on cue with every person who thinks just alike, and vote for exactly who you want them to vote for, have the same talking points you want them to have. He ain't got to do that. And I wouldn't want him to do that. I would want him to say how he really feels and do what he really wants to do in that space. Uh, at the same time, people will say Jason Whitlock will say some inflammatory things, has nothing to do with Christianity, but then play the Christianity card, whenever it's convenient for him. And so I would caution him, if he's going under that umbrella to represent it in a way where you ain't just going for the clickbait, right? Like a Christian is gonna go for the message, not necessarily the clickbait of it. And keep feuds going on, and come from this moral high ground. Make sure that it's genuine. If you're trying to come from a moral high ground, but don't try to do it just to be condescending, as if these people are heathen, so they can't be right about anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's people's issue with him, and they're saying he's playing the same messy game that these podcasts are playing, but hiding behind, Christianity as the lead of his identity. If he is, I hope he continues to progress in it. I ain't gonna knock him for it, but um, you can't play and get your hands dirty like that, and be in the mud, so to speak, with people you think um are I don't know. I don't know the word to say, but people that he's looking down on somewhat, as far as where their moral compass is. And that's what I gotta say about that, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.